Yo, everyone, welcome to the newest episode of the Some Ordinary Podcast. I am here with my co-host, Mudahar. Oompaville is late because he's working for the Mossad on a top-secret project. And Wendigooner is a fantastic guest. We love to have him. It's been a long time, man. How are you doing?
It has been a while. I am doing good, man. How are you all doing? It's good to be back. I think this is my third time on the show now, so very good to be back. Checking on
I have
the
a joke.
boys.
A Jew, a Muslim, and a Christian walk into a bar.
Okay.
It's the Some Ordinary Podcast.
That was really good,
Where are the drinks then, dude? I need an actual drink before. Dude, I swear to God,
I saw you're
bro,
sponsored by
I'm still dealing
Gamer
with the
Subs these
wildest
days,
shit.
okay? No, hey.
What? Who, me?
No, aren't you? Or is it someone?
No, dude. No, I just stick to pure 100% Colombian now. It's just more holistic and natural that way, dude.
All right. Respect.
But how's it been going, Wendigoon? It's been a while.
I've been doing good. I've been doing good, boys. The channel's doing great. I've got married since last we talked.
Hey.
Nice.
And more importantly, I started a few podcasts. So that's the real press.
Yeah, you've been doing like Red Thread and shit like that too.
Yeah, I do. I've got the Weird Bible podcast, which is a monthly one I do about weird Bible stuff. I've got the Red Thread with Charlie and Jackson Clark, and then I've got Creepcast with Meat Canyon. So I stay pretty busy with those. They're all doing like surprisingly well. I don't know why people want to hear me talk even more than just the normal video stuff, but all right.
People like conspiracies. People like horror.
Yeah.
I don't do like a bunch. I don't like watch a bunch of podcasts. Like the Red Thread I watched because Charlie uploaded like a fair bit to his channel about like Boeing and stuff too.
Yeah.
So that was like super duper interesting looking into it. Dude, it's fun as hell. Like seeing like any deep dive into like again Boeing and their surprising I guess you could say deaths near their corporation.
Surprising.
Very, very sorry. I'm not saying it's connected or anything. I'm just saying it's a very
just
shocking,
interesting. It's definitely.
Yeah, and then you got like Epstein and everything. I mean, let's get it out there with Boeing. I mean, it's strange.
I just think it's peculiar that a man who spent like the past decade of his life trying to get Boeing secrets out in the open, as soon as he's going to trial to do so, just decides, maybe I don't want to be alive anymore right now in my car in this parking lot.
Dude, and the other one too is like the guy gets like a staph infection or something and like just dies.
Yeah, a super
like,
healthy
straight up
guy.
just gone.
Well, sometimes they just explode. That's a thing that can happen sometimes,
Look at the
tragic.
thing that can happen.
It's always fun, like, just talking about Boeing. Like, anytime I mention it in a video, I'm like, Boeing, the American, like, military defense contractor.
Yeah.
Because it's just, like, that's how you got to introduce them as. It's like, if there's anyone with, like, possible hitman connections, it's probably the dudes that are in bed with James. Like, the craziest people out there. Dude, but it's like, the thing about it, too, is, like, I fly, like, almost, like, every month, pretty much. Like, I go all the way from, like, here, California, Texas, and places. And, like, every single plane that I have is a Boeing plane, and it's, like, just like a joke. I'm like, all right, there's a good chance that we could die. Who cares, right?
Yeah, well.
But
don't blow any whistles, I guess.
Yeah.
Dude, as long as you don't talk about it, you're fine, right? Like, shit, as long as you're not, like, exposing some weird secret. But one thing that is kind of, like, wild is, one thing I like about any American company is, like, you can have all the weird conspiracies, but at the end of the day, it's like, when you raise enough attention, the FAA, all these organizations are like, all right, we got to do a job and, like, check in and make sure people aren't dying and shit, right? Like, right? At least you think,
One would hope.
One would. I mean, like, it really is what it comes down to. But, like, speaking of conspiracies, that's how I got, introduced to you, Isaiah. How have you been, like, looking into, like, any recent conspiracy stuff so far? Because I know you've covered a lot of other shit. Like, you've covered Faith, the game, which I bought because of your video.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Well, like, I remember when, like, you made the video about that game. It's like, the game that's too scary to be in 3D. And I'm like, bullshit, it can't be that freaky. I played PT and all that crap. And I was like, all right. It's fun. It reminds me of, like, the old creepypasta gaming day shit.
Yep. And then, like, I like that game a lot because it does so much with, like, so little, in form of its presentation. I just love the way the story's built out and stuff like that. But, yeah, I have, if anyone's interested, I have 4 hours talking about it. They can find that somewhere. But other than that, the most recent video I did was kind of a little conspiracy rabbit hole. It was into the got milk conspiracy, if you've heard of it. It's
Ooh.
basically the idea that in the 70s, this isn't a theory, this actually happened. In the 70s, the government promised to buy up any excess dairy from farmers because the markets were unstable. So they're buying up all the excess dairy, and then they can't put it anywhere, and they're still buying it up. So they make a board called the DMI, the Dairy Management Incorporation, whose job it is to sell more milk. So they start to sell it to schools. They start to put it in advertising, all the got milk sponsorships and stuff like that. And I basically tied into a whole conspiracy about how the government needed to support a market, so they change what is considered healthy and then sell off a bunch of cheese to the public. And one of the reasons people are so unhealthy in droves is because the government needed us to foot the bill for their mistakes, stuff like that. So I like any weird rabbit hole, little cachet I can dive down. I'm into that. I'm doing
Just so insane. The got milk hole, bro.
The got milk conspiracy.
I used to see those ads all the time, bro.
Yep.
That's what I like about the United States, bro. The government up and we gotta pay for
Yep.
it with our
Yep. If you ever had a pizza party in middle school, remember that was a deal between the school education system and the government to buy more cheese pizzas, because the government was propping up a lot of pizza chains like Domino's and Pizza Hut, which is why, like, in 2010 the government bailed out Domino's after the recession, stuff like that, because they were large buyers of the cheese the government was trying to push off.
Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by our friends over at Rocket Money. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wanted to just quickly get rid of your subscriptions, lower your overall bills, and actually manage your money better? That's where our sponsor Rocket Money is actually here to help you out today, ladies and gentlemen. Unwanted subscriptions are probably responsible for a lot of errant charges that people tend to forget about, and Rocket Money is there to help you cancel even from within their app in just a couple of taps, ladies and gentlemen. So you don't have to worry about calling up customer support lines, navigating through the minefields of cancellations, and going through multiple different websites, remembering God knows what kind of usernames and passwords you were using. Rocket Money is there to help you streamline and simplify the process to make you save more of your money, your hard-earned money, in the long term. Rocket Money has helped save its customers up to $740 a year when they all use their features combined. And with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions, join up today to save some of your money on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Save more, spend less, join over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. And the way you get started is by going to rocketmoney.com/someordinarypodcast or clicking the link in the description to this video and get started for free. You can unlock more features to save you more money with their premium service. That's rocketmoney.com/someordinarypodcast to get started completely for free.
Yeah, stuff like that. Again, anything that's strange, I'm into. I'm working on one right now. I just started research into it. There's a whole conspiracy that during Vietnam, the government knowingly sabotaged several M16s because the government... So Springfield was the current government contractor, and they had developed the M1A, or the M14, the 308. And the government did not want Eugene Stoner's design of the M16 or AR-15 to win the contract because that would require more money and outsourcing. So there's a theory that on initial field tests, they knowingly sent bad ammunition to like a bunch of M16s that were in combat so that they would have higher fail rates to demotivate buying up the new product design. So the idea is the American government killed a lot of soldiers so that they wouldn't have to spend money on a better rifle design. So that, at least that's the conspiracy.
Wouldn't that even like cost them more money in the long run too, by like training a bunch of soldiers and like getting them over there the other side and then like getting them killed in the process?
Well, the idea was that so originally this isn't conspiracy, this is real. After World War II, the whole world was moving on from like bolt action rifles, single shot rifles, stuff like that. And then the M1 Garand, which was our rifle at the time, was made in such large amounts, production lines were set up for it. The original specs, if I recall right, was whatever our next rifle is, had to use something absurd, like 80% of the same tooling that the M1 Garand does, which is insane. The idea that whatever our next rifle can be, it has to be 80% what our current rifle already is. So That's where which the M14 didn't even meet that standard, but that's why the M14 is pretty much an M1 Garand and chambered in a different round with the box magazine. So that is what all of our, research and financing was built into. Then along comes Eugene Stoner with the M16 design, which throws everything into whack. It would cost billions of dollars to switch over or whatever. So the conspiracy theory, which again, I haven't validated yet, like the Got Milk one, I can say I absolutely believe in because I did the legwork on that. I've not done the M1A yet. So allegedly the government gave poor powder in ammunition to early M16 trials, knowing that it would cause failures and make the rifle look bad, effectively.
Dude, I mean, at least like you're covering a conspiracy where they can't just like kill you at the end of the day because it's so
I
old,
hope
right?
everyone involved in that is dead.
the statute of limitations on government powers just executing you for revealing shit.
Yeah.
Bro, don't even get me started on the statute of limitations, bro. That Diddy clip that came out like a day or two ago.
Dude, the apology video or the clip itself?
I heard something about an apology video. I haven't seen it yet. What did he do?
Okay, so
in the video?
for anybody that doesn't know, the Diddy clip, so there was a clip that got leaked out from like hotel surveillance where like he just literally beats the shit out of this woman, like straight up, like dragging her across the carpet, like beating her in a towel.
Like,
it's like
awful.
really, it's gut-wrenching footage. So it ends up getting leaked out. And, people are wondering, is he going to pay for the crimes, right? So I believe it happened in Los Angeles, and obviously the problem is assault. They treated it as an assault case, which meant that it had a statute of limitations of, I think it's like 3 years or something in the U.S. Like,
it's so stupid. Why? Why is there a statute of limitations for this stuff?
Well, the thing is, it's like, okay, so like a sexual assault, there's no statute of limitations as far as I understand for anything like that, which is why you could go after Bill Cosby and shit. But for an assault, there is like a statute of limitations, and it was beyond the statute of limitations. So the LAPD, I think it's the LAPD, I'd have to recheck that, but whatever, it's in California. They were like, it's gut-wrenching footage, they agree, but because it's past the statute, you can't like do anything about it.
That was his girlfriend, right? The one who he dated on and off for a long time? Because she went through a bunch of abuse.
Yeah.
We covered it in a Red Thread episode. So in that episode, we said that the evidence had been lost or the footage had been lost. So if that came out, that's wild. That's a crazy development.
But what's also crazy is if it got let out now, it means they've had it all along.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It just means they had it, but he was a powerful guy and they didn't want no smoke.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes with most of these cases. Look at anything related to the Epstein stuff. You had a bunch of influential figures who hundreds, if not thousands of people knew about this for decades and were just like, well, I don't want to, upset anyone.
Dude,
or,
did you see the Prince Charles clip? The Prince Charles clip when he was being interviewed about Epstein? Because he used to go to his private island and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that.
Oh, dude,
what?
it's beautiful. The guy says to the lady that's interviewing him says, and the people want to know exactly how is it that you ended up on Epstein's island so many times and you had so many dinners with him, and even after you claim you disavowed him, you were seen in his company in a restaurant. Someone witness testimony distinctly remembers you sweating at a restaurant while you were sitting with Jeffrey Epstein after that. And then his response is, oh, well, you see, the witness must be mistaken because, you see, I have a medical condition and I don't sweat. I don't sweat.
Yep.
It couldn't have been me. I love that. And then
That's
people
the
were just
interview where
posting,
he's like super sweaty, right?
yeah.
Like
He said,
he's
I
like
used to
pouring
have the
sweat, yeah.
disability that I couldn't sweat. It's my favorite clip on the internet.
That's always like the insane part about, I think, anything like Epstein related is just like even the stuff that ended up coming out, like people tried to make a huge deal out of it. And when I was covering it for like a video, the last batch of documents, I was like, it's really not that crazy. Something we didn't know already. Like people were trying to throw like Stephen Hawking into it. And from all we know, he might be into like, well, there was a lot of, that was like the time when there was like so much misinformation, like Stephen Hawking's into like midgets or something like
Dude,
that.
that was hilarious, honestly.
It was just like hilarity ensues, but it was like so much weird. It's stuff that we already pretty much knew. They gave out like a flight log, but nothing in there really, I guess you could say, implicated anyone. People turned it so political. Like they're like, look how many times Trump was on this, and I was like, no, everyone was on it. Like everyone rich and powerful was on this shit. Don't get me wrong. Like the one, because to me, conspiracies are like if you're rich, you're in like a different world. Like that's what I consider like the elite class. I don't think of it like from a political lens. I'm always like, as long as you've got crazy money, you live a different existence.
There probably
you're
is
friends with
overlap.
different people.
There probably there is overlap,
rich
but
people.
yeah, it's anyone with that level of wealth just they're in the.
I wasn't expecting
cool
much about this Diddy stuff though. Like I don't know like this Diddy Epstein connection because I don't know if Diddy is the Epstein of his universe.
I mean,
or
I don't
something.
know
Like,
that,
what is the
or if
whole-
he's just personally an abuser. I don't
If
know
the
about
allegations are true, that guy has been like a prolific predator for 20 years. Like,
Yeah.
dude, the wildest one is that, and there's
Diddy
photos of this. It's not
factually
entirely
stands
unfounded.
for Diddler.
It does. That's true.
That's just a fact.
There's photos of this that he took, like Cuba Gooding Jr., one of the guys who alleged this whole lawsuit, had Diddy bring out his cameraman to a boat with him and then leave. And apparently it was just a thing that Diddy would like get a yacht, put one of his friends on it, and then just send someone in like a lion into a Jurassic Park enclosure to get felt up or whatever. Like it's insane.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I really am just inspired right now. Like the last 5 minutes to do my own like 2 hour video and like Diddy just like from the outside looking in. I'm like, bro,
Wait.
laugh because. Go ahead.
Diddy's
I was
yacht
gonna
is
say,
just
our
Nickelodeon
Red
for
episode.
adults.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. Our Red Thread episode's like 2.5 hours, and it's just us reading of nonstop. Like he did this year, he did this year, and it's like there is so much with that guy allegedly.
So his response video is
Allegedly.
pretty great because you know who he apologizes to?
Who?
To the fans?
He apologizes to God.
Oh, dude, I always love it when they
Classic.
bring God into
Classic,
the entire
yeah.
mix. Like,
Yeah, that's who you
like,
need to
what's
be
God
talking
got to
to.
do
Yeah.
with this situation with you?
I
was
know,
like,
there's
well-
been a lot of controversy about me lately, but you know, me and Big Man, we're good. So
So
drop
you
the
guys,
charges.
you don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, what controversy? Are you talking about that r/YouTube drama hell pit? Bro, every time I see Wendigoon on that Reddit board, it's like, Wendigoon loves God. Clearly, he's a right-wing neo-Nazi nutjob. Bro, they tried saying Jen was a neo-Nazi for being with me, of all things.
That was
Bro,
awful.
I was an honorary Aryan after that one
Yeah.
Reddit board. That is the most
welcome,
unhinged
brother.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I sat there. I was like, bro, this has got to be like the most. You know when people bring up like crazy neo-Nazi racial theories and stuff, right? Like, because my response to that was, I'm like, because one of the things was like Hitler would bless the like our union, and I'm like, bro, you're talking about the guy whose country had the most like insane race laws. Like, you want to bring out the chart? Like, you want to bring out the whole like. The most insane level of behavior. But yeah, I see you on that board sometime, and it's just, like I see you mostly because you're hanging out with like Tom and shit. And Tom is like a bad stock to hang out with, even though anytime I met Tom, he's like one of the coolest dudes
Yeah.
that I've ever actually been with in public. So I don't know.
Tom's just a guy. He likes to push people's buttons. He likes to, goof off or whatever. But like when you sit down and talk to him, he's just like serious. Dude's a great businessman. He's also a good friend. He's done a lot to help me out on like the management side of YouTube and stuff like that. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's what. There's a few people who just like drive people crazy online. Tom's one of them. And yeah, I get flack every now and then for just whatever, because I got flack. It started off when I was in the Internet Historian video that got all the hate, the Man in the Cave
What?
video.
That's how it started?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
man.
when H Bomber guy made the video about, which H Bomber guy never said anything about me. It wasn't his fault. It's that people just associated me with that Internet Historian
Yeah, but
video.
how could you
and they just,
possibly
like, locked
know
on.
even that he plagiarized it or whatever? Like, how could you know that when he sent you voice lines? Like, that's such a stupid thing to latch onto.
I guess what happened is they saw me because like it was my face on the video, and they're like, oh, surely, I don't know, maybe they don't know how it works, and they're like, surely he, being a YouTuber, helped make a YouTube video he was in when all I did was voice work. I don't know. I try to give the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know.
Usually when I
would-
see a hate pit like that targeting somebody, my first thought is, okay, so they hate him because he's a successful, happily married Christian man that doesn't necessarily shares all of their values. And therefore they hate you. I think it's that simple.
I will say what is funny. One of the top tweet at the time. The only reason I made any announcement about it, because this normally it happens and I just water off a duck's back. Who cares? But this time I woke up the next morning and I was #1 trending on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, there's people who've never heard of me who their first introduction's this, so that's why I made the tweet. But before I made that tweet, the top tweet, whenever you searched it, said, I knew Wendigoon was... What was it? I knew Wendigoon
I knew he was all
was
right,
a neo-Nazi. That's yeah, I knew he was alt-right. But I didn't know he was...
I hate the term alt-right. Just say racist. Just
Well,
say
okay.
what you really mean,
They say,
bro.
I knew he was alt-right, but I didn't know he was a neo-Nazi and an incel. Which, for one, I'm married.
True.
And two, like, no.
Yo, that crazy denim alluded that I was an incel too, and I have a significant, like, what the...
It's the most easily debunkable insult on the internet at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's to most people who use it, it's synonymous with, like, you know, loser, creep, whatever.
Sweaty, like,
it's just a word
somebody,
that means not good person. That's
Like
why they
Nazi,
throw it out.
basically.
Pretty much, yeah, same thing. I will say, to further give credit to H Bomber Guy, because it's not his fault. H Bomber Guy tweeted a picture of an iceberg the other day, and a bunch of people were like, "Oh, he's making a video about Wendigoon. I can't wait," or whatever. There was one really funny tweet where someone, you know, the scene in God of War when Kratos is like, "Zeus, if you destroy Hades, my life is yours," or whatever. Someone had that scene, but it said, "H Bomber Guy, if you destroy Wendigoon, my life is yours."
People, I'm telling you, love preying on other people's downfalls. There was another whole round of the I wish Nux would die like Two Man did. Like that was a whole fun thing. It just revitalized this week again. And
I had the H Bomber Guy thing kind of with me after I did the Keffels video. They're like, "Oh man, see, this is what H Bomber Guy warned about." They're like, "See, this is what H Bomber Guy meant about content mills." I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about content mill? Unless content mill means 93 minutes of like factual debunking and analysis.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess.
Whatever you say. Yeah.
Sure.
Dude, that has been like the one time where it's like anytime I get involved with like any of this, like that's what, dude, I think I've covered a fair amount of controversial shit in the past. Like I've done like, you know, financial analysis onto like an actual organization. This is the one time I looked into somebody where it's like not the target audience for the video, but like that entire camp of individuals, that politically adjacent camp is like bury their head in the sands, la 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 la. I'm like, bro, there is just no good faith engagement with any of this.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like to some degree, that's how a lot of the internet
to
is.
The
you
young
know, people
Turks,
just
though.
want to get mad, want to say stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, the Young Turks did a fair good job on it. Actually, I saw their coverage. Like that was the last. I want Young Turks is a mainstream. I would say I see them in the news feed, so I'm gonna say they're mainstream enough. They were the only ones that came out and like disavowed like Keffels, and I'm like, bro, that is like the most left leaning. I don't think you can get more left leaning than them, and they were pissed. I'm like, interesting to see, but I don't know. I think with a lot of this kind of like political shit, even if you're not trying to do it, it's like it's such a team sports game for everyone. It's not even. It's too difficult.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hey, did you get your
It
target?
is the Oompaville. Hello,
I was a little
friend.
late.
Did you neutralize the enemy?
I did not. I was in a very important meeting, and I left with more questions than I was given answers. So unfortunate.
So a normal meeting. Yeah.
So anyway, we'll talk more about the Iranian prime minister after.
Wait a second. What?
No, it's okay. Nothing. You didn't miss anything.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
No. Wait. Hold on. My parents were, dude. My mom and dad, dude. I love them, but bro, they gotta stop using Facebook, dude. They were telling me about like an assassination attempt on his life, and I'm like, where are you hearing this? And they're like, yeah, it was on like Facebook News. I'm like,
Facebook
Ma, you
News.
can't trust shit on there. Facebook, you can't trust anything about it. Yeah, that was another weird thing. That dude's plane, like they flew his helicopter on like the mist or some shit, knowing full well how dumb of an idea it was.
Or they crashed it into the side of a mountain.
Dude, I'm just gonna say that was
a little bit.
I'm just gonna say that was an internal like assassination. They were like,
Who do you think killed him? Mossad?
I think it was the Iranians. I think it was like literally their own guys. They
You think
just
the
wanted
Iranians
them out of
killed him?
picture. Oh, 100%.
Bro, he was
you
known
don't-
as the Butcher of Tehran, okay? He wasn't like a beloved dude.
Dude, it's like the JFK conspiracy. Like, do you guys actually think? Come on now. I think that's pretty much common news. You put him in a convertible in Dallas. Like, Caleb, you were on here like episodes ago telling us how difficult of a shot that was, too.
I mean, you don't
And
need
nobody believed. Go ahead.
You don't need me to tell you that.
Holy
shit.
But it's like,
Yeah,
No, that
that's that's one that I like beyond a reasonable doubt. I'm just like, oh yeah, there's too much money and stuff. There's too much just obvious stuff. Like just too many trails and too much Cold War.
A communist sympathizer for no reason. Just
Exactly. Yeah. That's the main thing. It's like the picture is painted. It's like lore for a game. It's like in Fallout or something like that. Like, oh, they wrote this guy. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so wild how like communism is like the most normal thing in some parts of the internet now, dude. Like how many hammer and sickles I see, bro. If Reagan was alive today, like Red Scare, bro. If Red Scare America was still alive today, it'd be the wildest shit to see, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's an interesting world we live in for sure.
Dude, it's such an entertaining world. Like the other day on Kick, I swear, I think we saw the first live stream self defense hold your ground kill. You guys see that?
Yeah, I saw that. It's one of Andy Dick's
there...
buddies.
Wait, that was an Andy Dick friend? Mm-hmm. Oh my god, dude, anyone connected to that travesty, dude. But yeah, so for anybody here that didn't know, a couple days ago on Kick, there was a streamer that like, I guess some guy was following him with a knife or something, and he was like, he had a gun ready. He was like, "Stay back, I don't want to shoot you." So it was like, it wasn't like a unannounced like the guy killed him or something. He very much stood his ground, gave ample warning, I would say, ended up shooting a guy, and I think that guy is dead. All the footage you see of it is like censored, I think.
Yo, I did not see that at all. That's awful.
Yeah, I saw one of those original like H&K, like the Mark 23s when I was over in San Antonio, like with the
Eli
Unsub boys. Eli, yo, bro, he's got like two of those bastards. I was like,
I know.
It was the one
Those
gun
things
he
are hard
gave me.
to
It's
come
like,
by.
dude, his like original kit, like he gives me the gun. It's like the only gun. He's like, just don't rack that one, and I'm like, I won't, dude. I'm just gonna appreciate.
Yeah, dude, Eli's awesome. He's got a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, no, he's got what, dude? Just like the dude's gun, like he gave me like this one anime like AR, and he's like, yeah, this is my hog hunting gun, and I'm like, the anime soaked Counter-Strike Global Offensive hog hunter.
That's funny,
dude. It's just like a state that hits different, dude. That's what I love about like San Antonio so much. But yeah, as far as social media stuff goes, it's like I can't believe we've gotten to a point where like live leak, like, dude, there's no point on having live leak anymore. Like, it's just like anytime you open Twitter up,
you can
that's
just
all
find it. Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
It's that constantly.
the thing is really weird to me because it's like you saw the Elon tweet yesterday where it's like the Simpsons meme
about Twitch.
yeah, and he's like, I wonder if they have games on here, and it's like a store and it says Twitch on the top, and then it's just a bunch of naked dancing girls, and then
That is
X
bold
is like,
coming from him.
yeah, zero self-awareness. I mean, I don't understand how you could ever. I mean, it just doesn't
Like, dude, have you
really
seen
make
your
sense.
own platform?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, it's like it used to be like in bio, but like now, like, dude, I was with my
Who
mom.
needs a
like, I
bio?
open up Twitter.
Just-
No, you don't, dude.
pussy,
Like,
bro.
I open up Twitter. Like, I open up one of my messages. Like, and my mom's like next to me, and it's just like straight up 2 minutes of actual be uploaded.
How? You watched
And she's,
2
like,
minutes of
looking
it?
at my
You
phone.
just sat
With your
through
mom?
it?
Well,
I
I
had
saw
to
the
check.
2 minutes. Like, I had to.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I had to make sure it
How's
wasn't
this?
AI generated either, right?
I'm
Like,
a big
but-
story guy.
I'm just checking out to make sure all these ladies are of age. All right. So
Yeah.
I'll see you in 90 minutes. Yeah.
Look, I'm just trying to make sure everyone here is married.
Being
okay?
responsible,
Like,
okay? They've all
Every
got
plot
rings.
point's
They've all
hit.
got wedding rings. I think we're good. Yeah.
Belly of the whale. Return to the father.
Dude, like me and my mom were just like outside. She's like, "Looks like, what are you watching?" I'm like, I literally just opened up Twitter. Like, I swear to God, it wasn't even supposed to be
I'll
like
see
that.
like a cool movie announcement, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if anyone's talking about. Okay.
Every
time.
The comments are born. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love
You know,
that.
I will say one thing that's pretty cool about Twitter is you see the cool movie announcements. Sometimes if you scroll down far enough, they just have the movie uploaded.
Yes, I've seen that too.
Dude,
They
I
just
watched
post the whole
Dune
movie.
2. I watched Dune 2 twice.
Bro, what?
Like the day it came out, yeah.
No, and the caption is always the same. It's "Get here's all of Dune 2."
Yeah.
And then just
Yes,
upload
exactly,
a
yeah.
3-hour tweet.
Here's Dune 2.
They are literally so
It's a-
brave.
Well, it's like they just don't enforce shit on that website, anyways. Too. It's like that is like the funnest like thing to see Elon do. It's like just buy an entire social media platform and like consistently take the fuck out of it.
I love that,
and
dude.
nobody's expense, just like our fun. Like that's just But part of me kind of enjoys Twitter too, because like I like the almost 4chan laissez-faire attitude where you can just have anything uploaded, and they're basically, it doesn't seem like there's any TOS, right? Like I had a guy leak out like personal information, like so this guy like leaks out information like actual addresses, and I report it to Twitter. And dude, a day later, I had the biggest smile on my face because I get a message back from Twitter's team, and it's like, we found that there was no violation of the TOS. I'm like, you know what, man? You know, congratulations. That's all I needed to see, dude.
Sure.
Like, sometimes you'll find the most racist username, like N-word something, and it's like, oh, I'll report this. We found that N-word did not violate our racial policy on it. Like, bro.
Yeah, I've seen those screenshots. It'll be their report back from Twitter. It will be like, after, doing an intense survey, Gas the Jews 3000 is not within violation of racial.
Yeah, it's like,
all right.
We don't really see how this could be anti-Semitic on our platform, but we
believe in freedom of speech.
What do you hate free speech, coward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ultimate response.
Think about it. You're the Nazi for that, so we're going to ban you for reporting them.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. You're the one that you're like the f***ing Gestapo on the like online timeline, dude. No, but
what's up with Twitch streamers putting bounties on people's heads? Have you seen that? It's like anytime
I love that, dude.
It's amazing.
We're mafiosos. We're kind of like the modern day mafia now. It's pretty baller.
Yeah, we're cool.
Who is we?
Okay, we need to have a rule on this podcast between
Maybe
the
not
three
you,
hosts,
Nux.
okay?
Yeah, damn.
We need to have like a rule on this podcast between the three hosts. We can't be gassing up boys and then like 2 days later they get into controversy. Like it's insane. Like I remember when Asmongold,
was it Destiny or Asmongold?
It was Asmongold. We were like, yo, we're huge fans of Asmongold. 2 days, like literally the same day that whole episode gets uploaded, as he's getting destroyed on the internet. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What did Asmongold do? The AI thing?
No, dude. He just like, bro, he has like common sense like knowledge. Okay,
Oh,
like
okay.
it was like when he was like talking with Hassan or something. I forget what it is, but it was just like.
It was arguing.
Yeah, exactly.
I see.
They were just yapping. Bloods were yapping.
Gotcha.
We
Yeah,
were
yeah.
on
Bloods
Asmon's
was
side.
yapping. What is your take on the word Isaiah?
I think
think?
I think people should be nice and respectful and try not to offend others wherever possible. So if someone doesn't want to be called it, then refrain from it.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It's a pretty ass take, dude.
Yeah, but I don't care. So I'm just like,
Dude, okay. Yeah, right.
Dude, that's always
Very
like my
basic, no
favorite
problem.
part about it too. It's like just the amount of like, if you're in that like side of the internet, like the amount of self-policing you have to do on yourself the entire time. Like it's insane. Like I'll have people looking around. It's like, I know Muda is one of those. I had a striking suspicion Mudahar was a 4chan user. I'm like, what do you mean striking suspicion? I've been pretty upfront and open about that in the past. Where the do you think some of the most popular, like, I have videos on the channel titled, "This is my favorite 4chan thread." Like, what the like on our it's weird too, because it's like I feel like there's like so many of these, I don't want to say like new wave content creators, or like, because they're not new wave, like they're as old as us. Like they've been on like the ratchety side of the internet, but it's like such a weird, like you have to be a social pariah now if you're like, I don't know, somewhat in like, I was at the unsub place and like immediately taking a photo with like donut operators. Like I see you're hanging out with the right wing nut job neo-Nazi crowd. I'm like, bro, insane shit.
It's my favorite crowd.
Yeah, I know exactly, right? Like,
those are
be
my
honest.
friends.
yeah, exactly.
dude, they were like, those guys were like the coolest homies to hang out with. It's like, I still would never move to San Antonio just because Dallas would be a better place for me, but like that would be a close second in Texas.
Dude, I got an idea. How about everyone moves to a really small town that has a candy company in it, and then we make Monrovia, but with YouTubers.
Dude, that is so smart.
And then we what?
Let's run the idea. Let's actually, you're talking about building a compound. You're talking about taking over a town.
I have 100 acres. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I have 100 acres. And I've already got septics and wells dug.
Ooh. Just in case there's an apocalypse. That's important.
Yeah, and I want to build a high fence around the property. It's 2 minutes away from a 9,000 square foot warehouse on 7 acres. And that's all 20 minutes from a small, quaint town with a university. And it's cool. and I have no friends here.
And then we approach it as a group and have a polite disagreement with City Hall until we agree, and then
I'm already friends with them. I'm already friends with them.
We have a month-long disagreement until we.
Yep.
I'm already in the know. They've signed off on me. You've
You've heard of the Battle of Sparta? Will kind of be like that, but with.
We're accepting content creators from anywhere in the world. Please travel in either a blowing plane or a large wooden horse, and you will be fine.
Yeah, we roll a Trojan horse up outside. Oh, we should bring this into the council meeting.
It's a little on the nose, don't you think? A bunch of YouTubers with cameras jump out of it.
It's like,
I would
guys,
not
what's
mind
going
having
on?
our own. I would not mind having our own compound. Actually, it sounds so.
I feel like my cult instincts are just always very at the forefront. As soon as I got to Texas, I was like, man, land's cheap. People are nice. People are really nice, and there's just
society.
like you can just kind of do what you want. Which is cool.
I'm feeling a little religious all of a sudden.
I'm feeling a little.
Yeah.
Bringing
Caleb,
some
I'll
faith
move
into me,
in.
you know?
I'll move in if the synagogue is taller than the church.
Synagogue.
Whoa!
What's a synagogue?
Think about this.
Oh, it's not that kind of cult. No.
Yeah. No.
We have some strong beliefs about that. No, but like, but I honestly feel like we should just like all
step
move.
into the synagogue.
We got a synagogue and the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we mosque, I guess. We're a very open interface.
It's a cardboard box with a stick that has synagogue written on the side of it.
That kind of stuff always, it just makes me wonder. It's like how much free time do you have to do that? It's like, you know, when you see like the footage of like people driving, like, you know, when cities have like rainbow crossings,
Yeah.
and like one guy like rips
Like
his
Mario?
tires over it, yeah, like the guy rips his tires over Rainbow Road, and I'm like sitting there, I'm like, tires are expensive, bro. I don't know, dude. I don't know if I want to be doing that shit. Like, I don't know if you got free time for that. Christ.
That guy's doing it for the love of the game. There's no popularity, no incentive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called dedication. No one wants to work anymore. That's what it's.
Respect.
You see, like we gotta be able to take over. Like we should absolutely commit to maybe building like a YouTuber colony or something. Like have our own little patch of land.
I'm down with it. I know it'll never work. But in my mind
Why?
of minds.
Why would it ever work? Why?
Well, just because, like, I don't think anyone would want to. I mean, because you can't do it in a city, obviously, because it'd be too
no,
expensive.
you can't.
You just do it
you'd have
near
to
a
have,
city,
like-
near-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm gonna keep promoting where I live. It's like an hour and a half from Dallas Fort Worth. There's a Chili's. Okay.
Yo.
Yo, they
sick.
got Chili's on the moon now, dude. That's not gonna
sick.
talk.
And hey, guess what? If we make maybe a co-op, our own bank, we can fund franchises.
Now you are building a cult. We're gonna have our own
that's
money
culty,
source.
I get it.
I'm going to
Exactly.
be over it, but I'll be fair. Trust me. Like,
of course.
Yeah.
It'll be a co-op. We'll all be owners, so we'll all be responsible for it. I
feel like this is always literally Caleb just trying to reduce his interest rates to a bank. Like it always
it always comes down to that. Yeah, it always comes down to me.
If you join this company, yes, it's true, 10% of your revenue would go to Caleb, but if you bring 3 new people in, all of 10% of each of their revenues will go to you. And then if they each bring 3 new people
Exactly.
in,
Okay,
that's the
I haven't even
pyramid of
finished
Caleb.
explaining it. You already get it.
Caleb's wild because he comes to the podcast 20 minutes late, and he's like, "Hey guys, just got out of a meeting, so you all need to come here right now. We need to talk about."
Dude, this is always the thing that I like about like this group of people. It's always like the least you would expect that are like the most business minded. Like if I didn't do this whole podcast with Caleb for years and I didn't develop this friendship, I would think that Caleb would be a nut job the whole time. Like that would be like, and vice versa, I would expect you as well. Like you'd be like, this guy does cocaine before recording, and you wouldn't be half wrong half the time too. But the point is, with all of us here, it's like we all have like stuff going on in the background. So it's like when we talk about like work, like outside of YouTube, it's like actually like such an interesting like discussion. And then like it flips completely opposite for me because then I go to like places like VidCon and shit, like actual YouTuber conventions where like the most degenerately lazy types will come out. Bro, you talk to like a YouTuber where they're like, well, I talked to them like, how do you cover your tax situation? They're like, oh yeah, it's been like 4 years since I've talked to the IRS. And I'm like, what?
Dude. Or you just be like, what'd you do last week? I'm like, I recorded a lot.
Yeah.
You uploaded one video, actually. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's it's one of those things where it makes me start pacing around because I start thinking about it, and then I start taking that energy and putting it towards how to build cults and things like that in businesses.
Yeah.
I was talking to a YouTuber. This like it literally it's burned into my head, and I said to him, "So I haven't spoken to you in a while. How was like your last month?" And he said to me, "Well, have you seen my social blade? It was pretty good." Like I'm not even joking. Like that was his response, and I was like, "Is there anything else in your life, like aside from your social blade?"
Of course not. Yeah, just burnt in. Also, the phrase, I don't know if you've seen my social blade, implying that
checking his social blade.
Yeah, implying that other YouTubers are like, well, I've got to keep up on your stats, see how you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's not Pokemon. I don't give a shit. Like, get out of here. Me, when it comes to like YouTube stats, I'm like, I have like, off months, I have balance months, and then I have like months where shit goes crazy. Like, I remember when the completion stuff was happening, I'm like, oh, this is a Aaron spike right now because we're covering a charity situation. After that, it'll die down. People don't have like that long-term level of thinking. It's super duper weird. It's kind of like, it's like all of us, right? Like Isaiah, you probably have like moments where you're like, YouTube's kind of like doing its thing, but it's fine. I'm working on got milk conspiracies and Vietnam exposés and shit. After the fact, it'll spark up right there.
It's a market. It has ups and downs. I get that. Yeah, the main thing is just like, because now I'm blessed enough to be at a place where I've made enough finances that I can put that into other investments and stuff. So even if the market does have like a substantial down period, I can still be pretty secure with, where I've placed it elsewhere, stuff like that. You mentioning the IRS is a good point too, because I talk to so many YouTubers who I'm like, there is no way you've ever spoken to an accountant. I cannot process that. So you hear stuff like the IRS is like, oh, well, there's a bunch of influencers who are just never paying taxes. And at first you think it's like, oh, it's like people who just don't know better. Maybe they make 20 grand a year on TikTok or whatever. But in reality, there's probably some pretty successful YouTubers who are just like, oh, well, they'll ask for it, I guess. they'll let me know.
I have never met some of the biggest crackheads you could, and then like the gall for some of these people to come at me with like, sometimes you'll like talk to them and they'll try to be smart and give you like financial advice too. Like, so Jen's from California, so part of me is like maybe move like there. Just because that family is there, like another family. And it's like, I don't know if you know about this, but California has a lot of taxes. I'm like, well, thank you, dipshit. As if I didn't research this beforehand, right?
Dude, another one of my distinct investment YouTuber memories is a YouTuber told me that he was trying to get a bunch of YouTubers together to all together buy a building in Florida as an investment. And, they'd split the rents and stuff like that. And I'm listening to him. I'm like, all right, listen, it's a decent idea. I have my investment thing going on. Don't worry, I'm covered. I'm not looking to do a YouTuber investment scheme. And literally a month later, the guy was exposed as a predator. Literally a month later.
When you were
I dodged the biggest bullet of my life.
When you were talking about a YouTuber like trying to convince you to buy property, I was going to say, was his name Caleb? But now that you mentioned the predator part,
it was not. However, it was about a month before the Smash Bros drama. So pick and choose.
Gotcha.
Bro.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite is when like YouTubers always bring up like, so this is like this new crypto coin that's out there.
Oh my god,
bro.
The number of DMs and messages and stuff I got about like, Wendigoon, that we've got a great opportunity for you.
Goon
right,
coin.
right now.
Goon coin.
I always
coin.
feel like it's like they speak to me like those old businessmen from the 40s. They're like, you look smart, you see, I'm trying to make a deal here. Something that's really, I normally wouldn't pass this along, but you're a sharp kid. And it's like-
Yeah.
yeah.
Through a family friend, close friend of mine, I know like a crypto degen like on the ground, and like so this guy, he's an actual cool dude, but he's a like legit chronic gambler. Okay,
Baller.
so okay, when FuziTube was going through his arc, like the hotel swatting, bro, I was at a party and he was like, "Yo, wouldn't it be wild if like you would launch Manic Coin with Fuzi's name on it?" I'm like,
dude.
bro,
That's awesome.
What a great idea.
Dude.
Wow.
Holy.
that was the only time in public that I've like started laughing out of actual discomfort, like not because the joke was funny.
Help.
I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I understand where these people come from. I get it. And then like they're always in like telegrams and shit talking about with their other like degen friends, and I'm like, dude, I get this mentality because they're all just gamblers who just want to make a crap ton of cash, like really quick money on their stuff too. Which, yeah, YouTubers, when it comes to like investments, like the only people that I could ever listen to is like a very small group of people. Everyone here. Other than that, it's like never trust them with anything. It's all just like really, I want to say, stupid individual, like the get rich quick type ones out there, dude. It's crazy shit. But yeah, it's I don't know. YouTubers are weird people, dude. You can either have some of the most level-headed individuals out there, or like the most lazy, chronic.
Yep,
You just started doing this after high school type shit.
Yeah.
and
Well, I mean,
there's
to be
nothing in
fair,
between.
I am speaking all of this like I have a point of authority. I am a college dropout who just like lucked into
As
all
am
this. But even then, I see some people who I'm like, I'm better at. I trust my investment sense more than yours, just in a spiritual way.
What'd you drop out of college from?
Pre-med. I was a pre-med bio.
yeah. Dude,
Nothing but
you're-
respect,
bro.
goddamn
Yeah,
bro,
hero.
Bro, Blood's acting like he's dropping out of like a liberal arts course or something.
Yeah.
You went to something smart.
That's a
No,
real
I'm-
thing.
I'm even dumber too because I made it all the way to fourth year. I had completed all the biochems, the chemistry stuff like that. I just had like a
Did you
few
get into
English
med school
classes
yet?
left. No, I had decided by that point I wasn't going to go to med school. I was going to use the degree to maybe go into teaching, like lab or something like that. Really, I just kind of got disinterested with like anything towards scientific research. I got kind of I don't want to say black pill. That's way too like Gen Z of a term for it. I just got kind of like disenchanted with, stuff in like medical fields or whatever. And then I was like, I want to do something with stories. And then why not make a YouTube channel? And here we are.
You're like, let's look at the North Hollywood bank heist, bro.
Yeah.
Wild shit.
Did you drop out before you started posting on YouTube?
No, when I dropped out, which I didn't technically drop out, I just didn't sign up for my last year. So I theoretically could do it whenever I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I had, I think, 350,000 subs, something like that.
All right, healthy
Okay.
enough. Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't need to enroll for next semester, pretty much. So, and that was also like around the same time I started doing the iceberg stuff. So once I was like able to do like 2 of those a week, I just real quick. Yeah.
Did your parents ever like come at you? It's like, is it really smart quitting medical school or going into or not going into medical school just to talk about
So
this?
my mom was way more apprehensive than my dad was. She kind of was like, I don't know, you're so close. Are you sure you want to do this? And like I showed her the money I was making. She knew it was good, but she was just like, are you sure? Are you sure? And then it took a couple months to convince her. But I remember my dad, I had spent like, the past year of college being like, I don't know if I want to do this. Maybe I want to go do this, do something else. So my parents knew I was already struggling before YouTube became an option. And I went to my dad.
Right.
And I asked him, or no, I told him, like, I'm thinking about not enrolling next semester and trying this YouTube thing full time. And he was like, okay. And I was like, really? You're not going to talk me into it or anything? And he said, son, a man is going to know what he needs to do because he's going to have a hard time doing anything else.
Damn. Damn.
That's basically
Bro,
the same
good.
thing that my dad told me with less wisdom, to be fair. But he was like, that's the same shit. He saw that it was like a viable thing, and it was just there was no pushback whatsoever.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
no, this is your thing. Do it.
Yeah, you're good at it.
Yeah.
My
Pretty cool.
parents,
It's
yeah.
sustainable. Yeah, go for it.
For sure. Yeah. And it's not like he just like it's good to have a trusting relationship with your parents. Very, very, very
Plus,
good.
my dad too, like he never went to college or anything like that. He's been
Same.
an entrepreneur his whole life, started up his
Same.
own business, made it. So he got it. Like my mom, like is way smarter than me or my dad. She was like, a nurse, worked in like hospitals. So she was much more thinking I need to stay on a traditional route. But my dad got the idea of paving
Yeah.
your own path, I think, a lot more. At least quicker.
Yeah.
Now they're both
Same.
super supportive of it,
Hell
not
yeah.
to say they're not. But at first my dad was like gung ho about it.
Yeah, that
mean,
was the same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I remember like telling my parents like it was never like my job, but it's like they found out like they found out through like family pretty much like what I do because like they were just like, so you upload videos on the internet, and like they were at my house one time. They mentioned, and I was like, my eyes kind of darted open. I'm like, yeah. It's like, you should have just told us. They're kind of cool, It's like we did, and then like. Then it like hit them again when they realized like how big it was because they're like, why is like Indian news like using your laugh meme? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, dude. What did I do? And then I remember like when they would ask me, it's like, so what kind of stuff do you upload? And like this was during like deep web browsing era and shit. And I was like, don't look it up. Don't. I don't know if you'll get it. Yeah, it's like I don't know if you'll understand.
I'm naked. Don't come in.
And I'm jacking off as well.
Yeah, like sometimes it would sit there like I think the closest I ever got to explaining it was like, so Dad, about this site called 4chan. Do you know about
Man.
the paranormal board? Do you know about Schizo?
Is he related to the hacker called 4chan?
No. My dad's not that. Like, God bless, he's never been like that. An inept at anything technology related.
An elite
Like-
hacker known as 4chan. Man, that's so good.
No, dude. My dad, dude. The last thing he does is watch the news anymore. Like actual, like he's like, it's just so depressing. Like you want to like off yourself the moment you watch anything. It's like the last thing he does is look at anything.
That
like
stuff
it.
will
I
rot your
think,
brain,
like,
man.
Yeah, I think the only thing he'll look at is like. He's the only guy I know that like actually watches TikTok on the TV. Like,
Dude, that's
Bro, like-
awesome.
It seems
Bro,
That
like,
goes
like-
hard.
what a legend hero, what a legend.
like he buys one of those like smart televisions, and I go over and like the last used app is TikTok, and I'm like, who the and then like you go to his YouTube app and it's like the first thing it like auto defaults to shorts, and I'm like, bro, you're the only dude that I know that browses shorts not through a cell device, but this.
Just an Indian man sitting in his house, TV full volume, Subway Surfer Reddit stories blowing out the speakers.
Bro.
Hilarious.
He's the only like person that I've ever seen like actually like actively update and like stick into like mobile games. Like there's this one puzzle game like Bejeweled that he plays all the time, and he's like, I love this game, hundreds of hours into it. I'm like, Dad, have you ever bought like a microtransaction? It's like, if you think for a minute I'm ever gonna give a penny to these assholes for a free game, you'd be out of your mind. Like
Cardiologist by day, the book talk stand by night.
dude, like that's the wildest shit too. Because I'm like, I look at like what he does for a living, like his like, and then it's like he'll come home and it'll be like he'll look at like the most random TikTok shit in the world, and like his feed is just filled with. His feed is probably the most wholesome feed of like animal TikToks you'll find too. It's like an actual clean feed of
Man,
content.
it'd be
It's not
funny
like,
if you
know,
came
hours.
over and he was watching TikToks of just like war footage, like live leak stuff. He's like, this is interesting.
Bro.
What's
bro. Sometimes it's really cute. Like I remember, like he'll be watching like he likes like watching like football and stuff, like soccer and shit. So like sometimes you'll walk in on YouTube videos of him watching like a game and be like, oh look, this is like Argentina and something, and then you look closer and it's like FIFA 24 footage.
Aww.
And I'm like, I don't have the heart to tell him, but he's watching video game footage. The
You just need
whole
to
time,
walk
dude.
in and be like, "Are you?" You need
So funny.
you need to
Like,
you need to
he
walk
loves
in
planes.
and just be like, "Are you winning, son? Are you?"
like he'll watch these stories about like planes and stuff, like
Aw.
plane crashes and everything, and it's just Like he was like, look at that! How did they get that footage? And I'm like, Dad, it's Microsoft Flight Sim. Like it's ultra. Like, come on, don't be that fucking.
You need to just be like, I don't know, Dad, but it's pretty cool, isn't it?
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's so
like
wholesome.
he'll just see like GTA footage. It's like, wow, these video games are crazy. It's not like the Nintendo back in the day. Like he'll just have like he'll say stuff like an old person would in like a movie. It's like, oh, this is a big upgrade from Nintendo.
Yeah.
What's this Grand Theft Auto?
This reminds me of my Game Boys. Yeah.
Dude, when you saw Grand Theft Auto, like I showed him the 6 trailer, you know where his mind went to? It's like, I remember Grand Theft Auto. Back in the day, it was the top-down game, right? Like, you looked at I'm like, oh my god, bro, how do you remember this shit? Like, what the... Like, the thing is, he comes to this country, like, and this is, like, back in the late 80s, like, early 90s, so we had family here, and, like, they were playing GTA on, like, MS-DOS, like, the old school, like, Grand Theft Auto, and that's the only thing he knows. So when he sees it now, he's like, oh my god, they're real, like, this is what they did, like, this is just, like, what, 3 games later? Insane shit. And I'm like, no, Dad, this has been running for, like, 20 years. Times have been shifting. Like, he'll do shit where it's like, man, I wish we still had pagers and everything. Life was a lot simpler back then.
Wait, your dad doesn't use a pager anymore?
No, well, he has, like, a pager at work.
Do they work?
I'm pretty sure.
How do pagers
like
even work?
All right, well, they
Bro,
basically, they text or call a code, and then that call just beeps the pager, and the pager has, like, a phone number on it that you have to call back.
Interesting. So it's like connected to a cellular network?
It's awful, but yeah. I think so, yeah.
Dude, like, you ask that to my dad, he's like, well, let me tell you how pagers work, dude. There's this one number, you call him, you tell him your message. Life was a lot simpler. Now I gotta, like, bring out my phone and shit and, like, text back the old way. He cannot, like, use a modern day phone. Aside from, like, playing a video game and checking, like, an email. Like, he's like, all this dude. His whole response would be like, who needs to have, like, 7-inch screens? Like, what? Nobody's watching a Hollywood movie on their phone. And I'm like, you'd be surprised. My friend watches Dune 2 on
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's he's an old boomer like that, but I don't know, man. It's times be shifting a lot. One day we're gonna end up like that too. I feel like, as much as we try to fight against it, I'm sure like
it's inevitable. Like, we're gonna be like old, and our grandkids are gonna be like, just shove the lasers in your ears. You'll be able to see the whole movie that way. And you're like, can I just watch it? And they're like, no.
Why would you do
dinosaur? Yeah. Eat this
Dude, but
pill and it'll implant the script into your brain. Do it. What are you, a bigot?
I feel like the future is gonna be so up for tech. Like, some of the most recent shit where, like, I don't know how much you guys like browse the metaverse and shit like that.
No,
but, like,
Zero.
Well, I do it just to, like, see the growth in content that's coming out of, like, Facebook, and I'm like, dude, it's crazy how there's people that believe this is the future of interacting with friends, right? Like, just wear the goggles and talk to each other from your houses. Like,
to me, it's the same thing as, like, I hate to conjure up their existence in a public sphere, but you know those, like, sex robots, or like the dolls that are, like, super whatever, like, super anatomically accurate. Like, I think there's going to be a subset of people in the future who enjoy just kind of, like, plugging themselves into a full fantasy that's as accurate as the real thing, right? But I think as it becomes more real, like more a placebo for real interaction, I think it's going to become more ostracized, like how those are, right? Like, there's plenty of people who are logical and thinking who would incorporate maybe some level of toy or whatever into fantasy, but there's even those people are like, yeah, those guys are freaks, right, who go to that degree with it. I think maybe metaverse, like, going to the degree of, like, oh, well, you can have your social interactions and work and all that from a computer. I think it's going to be the same thing. It's going to become more niche as society views it as more of a strange thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, it'll become...
Yeah, I mean,
it'll
I guess
become
there
more
will
of a
always
taboo,
be that...
basically.
There will always be that sense of normalcy, I think, that will, peer through the cracks. And... I don't know.
Yeah, and I also think, like, no matter what, you're still gonna, like, it's weird because it's like some of the people that grow up, it's like their only interaction is literally through, like, Discord or whatever too.
Scary.
Like, I mean, like, I know that we all have, like, a real world interaction with people. well, we all have real world interactions with people, right? Like in reality, we all have like a life to go outside of after this, you know?
YouTube is literally the smallest part of all of our lives.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think that
mean,
people just can't, some people can't even fathom that, you know?
Yeah, it's funny because like sometimes like when you deal with like crazy, I guess, like controversies on the internet, it's like to remind people it's like the easiest thing in my life is just like close the app and walk away, like, and then I catch up with all the BS later, and it's like whatever, it's ineffective in reality. Who gives a shit? I don't know. It's a wild thing, but other than that, before I guess we tie it off, it's like
there's one thing very
ask.
important that I needed to mention before we tie it
yeah?
off. It's of utmost importance, and Nick Fuentes, known guy that keeps talking about how he hates gay people and gay people is a sin and stuff like that. A far insano politician, anti-Semite guy, Nick Fuentes, the legend himself, has accidentally streamed gay. This is a wonderful day for us all. And I had to announce this to the world because
That's huge.
it made me
Bro,
very
is that actually
happy.
real though? Was it real?
It was real.
Or did he get hacked by the Mossad?
The
or
Mossad,
something?
yeah, the Mossad hacked Nick Fuentes to put gay in his stream. Yeah.
That's huge.
It's huge. It's great news.
I hate
It's
when
great
they do
news.
that
It
to me.
literally made my whole day better.
Dude, I saw that and I was just like sitting there. I'm like, man, like I saw it like happen like the clip on the internet, and I'm like, it definitely was like a hack. Let's be real.
I
Come
hope
on
not.
now.
I hope not.
Do you think
It
that
is
he
funny
actually...
to imagine that the moment the broadcast ends on the same computer, he's like, "Oh, thank God, finally!" Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, dude.
Finally,
Don't
I watch
ruin
this
this
game.
for me. Don't ruin this
Okay.
for me, okay?
I'm gonna let Nux's fantasy plane because there have been other streamers that have accidentally streamed
Porn.
their pornography
Like, a lot.
on the same
Like
computer.
a lot of them.
Dude, but it's insane. It's like, and it's actually popular streamers, and I'm kind of sitting there. I'm like, do you not have like a second computer for this kind of shit? Like, do you not like sit? Because
at least
you know the
close
scariest,
OBS or something. Like, my word.
bro. It's like it's literally living life at the like razor's edge.
Yeah.
It's like somebody that opens up their social media platform, types a slur, hovers their mouse over tweet, and it's like, oh no, maybe it'll go out.
The mouse is like right there over tweet, and he's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it's like it's
Just
like
to
literally
feel
it's like
something.
yeah, it's literally like weird. It's like a weird form of edging almost. Because I sit there and I'm like, dude, like sometimes when you're doing like deep web stuff, or even when I'm like doing like regular screen recordings, like the amount of times I know you guys have to do the same. It's like you look at like the edit timeline, or like you'll look at the final product, like sometimes frame by frame, and it's like, did I let something slip? Like, you know? And then it's like these people are just like streaming and like they're alt tabbing, and like the alt tab just shows thumbnails of like actual pornography. Like even when it comes to streaming, like sometimes I get freaked the f- out. Like it happened to me by mistake like years ago. Like some crazy website that I've alt tabbed to that maybe has something slightly offending, not like an image, but like a up word. And I like pulled a VOD, killed a stream, and I'm like, oh, I hope I don't get like a strike for it. But I'm like, some people are just playing life of the razor's edge. Like have a separate computer, dude. Do something.
Yeah, that's what they
else.
call Wendigooning.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Me quickly liking and unliking a controversial tweet just to see if
Yeah,
I
just to
to
see
get in
if
trouble.
Wendigooning.
Yeah.
Bro, have you done that?
I do that all the time.
Yeah, it's called Wendigooning, like Nux said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Bro, that's why, dude. That's the scariest thing about like using Toter. Sometimes, like you'll fat finger over like a
They
tweet,
don't-
and it's like,
Right?
Yeah, I realize I like way too much stuff. Cause like I'll see some shit that I think's really up, and I'll just like it because I'm like, oh yeah, interesting. And then I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Just brain on autopilot. You.
Yeah, seriously.
Dude, you need the Asmongold excuse. That guy, he'll like some like insanely messed up things, and then he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I just like things so that I can know what to come back to on stream. Like I go through my likes to cover all this stuff." And you're like, "Okay, dude. All right."
no. Sometimes it's
Okay.
like what you got to do is like you like something, and then like 10, 15 more things, just like bury that shit under, you know, like the most you like 50 neutral normal things like cat footage, like cat videos, or like cute, like
I don't see
wholesome
cat
animals.
videos on Twitter. But yeah.
I better
cat
like a
videos on
bunch of
Twitter.
straight cover this up.
It's like one
no,
for
you-
every 10.
No, you go there and you like all the. Oh my God! Here's Dune 2 completely uploaded.
Dude, that's the tipster move, right? Did you see that? He liked this one tweet like of lolly art, and later like people said, "Hey, you like this tweet of lolly art?" And then his big comeback to that is like, "Everyone insulted me that said that it was an underage girl, but none of them in fact realized it was an underage boy." Did you see that?
I was like, yeah, because that makes it so much better, dude.
Literally changed everything.
I'm like, I can't wait for the FBI agent to be like, that's some good
It holds up in
nuance
court.
right there.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's like when you're a drunk driver and you crash the car, and then the second you walk out of the car, you chug like a whole bottle of Smirnoff so they can't prove that you were drunk before you crashed.
hey, what's with you liking this tweet of like an underage drawing? Assuming age, are we?
You fool.
Freak.
No, that's freak behavior. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see more freak behavior, Wendigoon's channel is full of freak content.
Absolutely,
Full
100%.
Freak
And then,
ass
of
shit.
course,
Don't call me goon for
let's not-
nothing, for sure. Yeah.
And you know what? For the man that has built himself on the pride of gooning, he's also a pretty expert Bible expert as well too. So
Caleb.
check.
I like to live on the edge,
Me?
you know, play both sides, see who wins.
Play both sides, see who wins. That's funny.
And then, of course, if you also enjoy covering P. Diddy, actually, I wanted to, Caleb, you came in a little bit too late for it, but did you
Yeah.
see the P. Diddy beatdown video?
Oh, dude, I made a video about it yesterday. Yeah.
Did you? Then you caught up on the whole statute of limitations discourse then too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
you want to check out anything related to that, Red Thread is a great podcast as well too. Actually, how long has that been going on, by the way? Because
I
you
think
guys,
we just got done recording one. I think we're 20 episodes in now. Pretty sure. Because it was
Hell yeah.
bi-weekly, and then we moved it to weekly when it started getting a bunch of traction. I'm pretty sure. And then I think that Creepcast is 12. Yeah, okay, so today we recorded the 20th Red Thread. And then Creep.
what was the Red Thread about, if you don't mind us asking?
It was the Antarctica conspiracy theory.
Ooh, I
That-
love the Antarctica
Bird?
theories.
Richard Bird,
Wait,
yeah.
hold on.
Admiral
Yeah.
Bird,
Hold
our
on.
boy.
Dude, I've
Yeah,
been
hold on.
telling. That's the one
I
that
don't
I tell
mind
people in real life.
I
Yeah,
love
that one's so
one.
much
Hold on.
fun. That one's great.
Yeah, that one's cool.
I don't want to end the video on that. What is the Antarctica conspiracy? Hold
And then
on.
to
Oh.
answer, there are 15 Creepcast episodes. Yeah. So the Antarctica conspiracy theory, or sorry, 14. The Antarctica conspiracy theory is, I mean, there's a lot of aspects to it, but the shortened version is that during World War II, the Nazis sent soldiers down to Antarctica to uncover some ancient history of Aryan civilization, lost civilizations, what have you. But the records of what exactly they did down there were lost. So right after the war in 1946, the United States government, in something called Operation High Jump, sends down Admiral Richard Byrd with a huge expedition of soldiers and whatnot, under the pretense that they are exploring weather phenomenon or potential combat that may occur if someone sets up a
Sure.
location in the Arctic, whatever. However, the
Like
conspiracy is
sword.
that based on all of the weapons and equipment that was brought, they were looking for holdout Nazi regimes in Antarctica, assuming that the Nazis had actually set up a base down there. And then it gets into conspiracies that the Nazis and Richard Byrd discovered a passageway into Hollow Earth, into this secret society that
Agartha.
exists beneath ice, Agartha, what have you, giants,
Based.
all my stuff.
Yeah.
And then
I think
after this is
ano-
real history, as soon as Richard left, he first stopped in Chile, where he told a local newspaper to be prepared from something happening in Antarctica. He then goes to the United States, where he's basically given a gag order and a Medal of Honor. So people theorize that they discovered, aliens, secret Earth, whatever you want to, in Antarctica. So that's the conspiracy around it. And to this day, there's a bunch of weird regulations and rules around people traveling to Antarctica, stuff like that. So yeah, that's the broad strokes of it.
And also, let's not forget that what Admiral Byrd really found in Antarctica, which is the giant ice wall.
Of course, yeah. Yeah,
Right,
that
because the
really
Earth is
showed us
actually
that
flat.
the world we know is much, much smaller than the world actually is. But the elites don't want us to know that because
Right.
then they
Right.
can't rule if we know about the giant Agarthan citizens who actually run the planet, of course.
No, but-
Exactly. That are in the Hollow Earth.
Yes, yes.
So for this, I gotta believe flat Earth is a thing.
No, flat
No,
Earth
no,
is
no.
no. There is also a flat Earth theory tied into the Antarctica stuff with the big ice wall that they're hiding there.
Yeah, that's the Antarctica doesn't exist.
I'm not saying
Right.
this to like discount flat Earth. I do believe in a flat Earth.
Of course, yeah.
No, I'm,
Yeah,
Just- I
absolutely.
don't want to discount flat Earth.
Oh,
not a theory,
Look, I'm not
it's
trying
not-
to
yeah, I don't
come
want-
at anyone.
Yeah, come on,
I'm
guys.
not
I
persecuting
mean, what
anything.
have you ever proven that the Earth is round?
Go look outside right now. Do you see a curve? That's what I thought.
Exactly, dude.
See, look, I'm one of those people where like I'm on a whole bunch of discords of flat Earth people, and bro, the debates
I
they
love
have,
them. I love them.
Bro,
Dude,
I love pilots. You ever seen pilots that
yes!
think the Earth's flat? They're like, I've
Dude, I
flown
love
for
them.
40 years and I've never had to make the nose go up at a 2-degree angle over
They
the
curved the
circumference
glass.
of the Earth.
They curved the
It's-
glass, my God.
But see, like that's why like I always get into like the debate. I'm like, I'll believe it. I'm like, hey man, the pilot's up, dude. His whole job is in the air. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right. If that saying the Earth is flat, then who are you to discount it?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like, shit.
When's the last time you
Dude,
flew a plane over a curved Earth? That's what I thought. So.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Terribly
Yeah, exactly.
unfortunate news, but I have to bring back the Aiden Ross clip of the week because he has.
Oh boy, what happened with him?
This is a bit of an older clip. It's one of my personal favorites. I don't know, Wendigoon, if you saw it. I imagine I've already shown it to you guys, Muda and Caleb. But, all right, so here's the conversation he had with XQC. I linked it in the
Always
chat.
that. It's always that goddamn intellectual
Dude,
bastion. of
actual
superiority.
intellectual titans. So he
cha- cha-
You want to
asked
share the video, or you
XQC
want to screen?
I
You
can't
want to screen share the video?
I can't screen share it on my end on Riverside. So I sent it to you guys.
You on an iPad or something?
No, it just doesn't let me play audio when I
On
share it. It
iPad
just
or
plays the video.
It's like, what are you on, bro?
iPad kid over here.
iPad baby.
You try, okay?
Dude, wait, hold on. While I get this set up, have you seen the video of the iPad kid on 4chan or Soy Jack Party?
No.
You guys see the clip? You see the some parent gave their kid an
I
iPad and shit.
I opened up this video and it's titled "Is the Earth Flat?" XQC and Aiden Ross discuss important topics.
It's so good!
What's the
This is basically the red
what's
thread. If you watch this, you don't need to watch my show. I think.
What's the timestamp?
All right, I'll get you the timestamp. Around 24 minutes, I think. I could look at it specifically.
24 minutes? Yeah, sure, man. I mean, hey, this is all banger, right? Oh, dude, well, it's the most replayed section of the video, so
All right,
clearly
Bangarang.
sounds
it
about
is.
right.
What about basketball? Do you like the NBA?
Okay, no, that's not it.
I feel like I'm wasting time when I watch these guys. Is that bad? I feel like I need to walk away and do something else.
So they can't take a picture of the whole thing. They're too close to it, right? So they have to send out something like that, but they take a picture of the whole thing, right? So when they do that, that happens. There's a lot of pictures of that, right?
Bro, okay, honestly, like, I'm gonna give him credit. That's the XCC smartest moment. That was actually the best. Like,
So in
you
this
could- you could bring that.
discussion that they have somewhere, he says, "What do you know about Antarctica?" And XQC says, "What about Antarctica?" And he says, "But like, what do you think is behind the wall?" And he says, "What do you mean behind what wall?" He's like, "You know how Antarctica's a wall, right?" He's like, "No, it's not." He's like, "You haven't seen Game of Thrones?" And he's being 100%
Dude,
serious.
I love that
He's
so
being
much.
100% serious.
That's so
And
awesome.
That's all you
XQC's
need.
like,
He's
it's
like
not
the
a
best
wall,
guy.
it's a plaque. And he's like, no, I believe there's something at the other side of the wall.
Dude, but that's the thing. He is like an intellectual. Like, I'm gonna give XCC credit there for a
He's a
French
bastion
Canadian.
of intelligence.
He is. He unironically is. He's smart, level-headed, totally funny. Well, he is actually funny. He's hilarious. Look, I'm going to defend a Canadian when a Canadian needs to be defended. That explanation I showed you, you could hold that shit up in the University of Toronto and it would stand up, and I maintain that unironically.
I found the wall. I found the wall. It's
Found the
32
wall.
minute into the video.
Jesus Christ.
That made me sad.
It's so
Yeah, isn't
sad.
that awesome?
It's so good, though.
Dude.
You're too
They're
close,
so
so you
stupid.
go. "Bwah."
Yeah.
Dude, it's like bro, okay, he did what a physicist did without all the pretentiousness, bro. Like, actual...
Oh my god. Have you guys seen Terrence Howard?
Wait, who's Terrence Howard?
He was on Joe Rogan's podcast like a couple
Okay.
days ago, and there has been a new wave of carrot brain that has just spread across TikTok and I guess the rest of the internet virally. Terrence Howard is like a pretend genius, and he has blown the minds of so many fucking people. It is ridiculous. Terrence Howard, the actor, the guy who was Iron Man's friend in Iron Man 1, who was replaced for Iron Man 2.
Okay.
And
How's he a pretend genius? What does he do?
So it's like he's got all these patents and shit. I started digesting it last night, and there's a lot to think about. He basically claims that he had a vision of the true meaning of the periodic table and the actual truth of the periodic table when he was a child, and that each element is like regressional and congressional energy. So it's like carbon is stable, and it's like a note and a color. Carbon represents a note, like a musical note, because notes are wavelengths, color. It's just, he talks and rambles for 30 seconds to where it's impossible to figure out what he's saying, and then moves on to other points without finishing them. And it's like, this guy's a genius. Everyone in the comments thinks he's an absolute genius. And I'm just like, I think this guy might need to be medicated.
In the comments to what, though? TikTok?
But Joe Rogan?
Oh, yeah, TikTok, all day.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's just like, what, retarded people gassing on more retarded people? Like, come on.
Dude, TikTok
I guess so,
is
yeah.
something else.
It's just, but it's also Joe Rogan was on there. He was like there was no pushback. It was very odd.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's Joe Rogan, bro. He's probably blown away.
But his like whole thing is Joe Rogan questions everything. He didn't do a lot of questioning for this. He reminded me of Kanye West, but like with science.
I need to see this. What is his name?
It was awesome.
Bro, someone
Howard?
needs to show that man 22
Terrence Howard,
Jump
yeah.
Street right now.
Terrence Howard. And I want to do more research on it because it's like, it is fascinating and interesting, and it doesn't seem like it's subversive necessarily, or like it doesn't. I don't understand how you would ever apply it, to be honest. But it's just like this guy who thinks he's got this crazy high IQ, and he's interacting with people who are just really dumb. And it was an interesting. I recommend looking up Terrence Howard Genius, and you'll see him get shut down by a few college students about how 1 divided by 1 is not 0.
Oh my god,
What?
dude. Are you
Yeah, dude.
joking?
There's a rabbit hole. It's a huge rabbit hole. Terrence Howard is a genius, though. He's a genius.
Okay, all right. Well, we need to actually like look this up. 1 divided by 1. What?
Carbon is the note of E, by the way, in case you weren't aware.
Oh,
Each
my
element on the
dude.
periodic table is a different octave.
Dude, why do you know this? Why did you dedicate brain space to this?
This was like 30 seconds of research, legitimately. I laid out in the sun for like a couple minutes yesterday when I finished recording, and that was the first shit that popped up on my phone, and I was like, oh wow, this is awesome.
You're like, this guy's a crackhead. Let me exploit this.
This is why God doesn't talk to us anymore. It's their fault.
Specifically?
It's
yeah,
their
because
fault.
Terrence Howard, right?
It's their fault.
Well,
Listen,
ladies and
maybe,
gentlemen-
maybe he'll let everyone know that P. Diddy is should be forgiven. Who knows?
bro,
Yeah,
I
let's see
don't
what
even
is-
want to. Bro, we can't use P. Diddler, okay? I realize we used it once. A boy here already got a strike on his channel because of that.
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah, me, bro.
deal with no P.
That's
Diddler,
our
bro.
boy.
Me, bro. I got a strike on P. Diddy.
Yeah.
A P. Diddy video.
That's insane.
They still haven't undone it, and they still haven't given me a reason either. Yeah, YouTube still has not given me a reason. I have a partner manager, and he's just like, dude, I don't know, bro.
How is that even possible?
I don't know.
It was a manual thing done by P. Diddy. You're on.
Yeah, P.
Shitless,
Diddy,
bro.
he's back. He's on his lanai. He's got his big YouTube phone. It's like a thick Lenovo ThinkPad phone, and he's like scrolling through the database of YouTube, and he thinks in octaves like Terrence Howard.
Okay, please stop. I'm getting dumber listening to this.
Dude, I'm totally looking up Terrence Howard after this. I might even start glazing him next week. Who knows?
Dude, it is. It's very flat or flat Earth adjacent type of thinking.
Okay, now
It just
I'm
seems
interested.
pointless. Dude, Isaac, he has a f***ing patent for reinventing the way propulsion works for firearms.
What?
Dude,
Yeah,
This
and
is
it
crazy.
uses electrolysis and like I read it 5 times and I don't understand it. And I don't know if I'm just an idiot
Yeah.
or if it's just like this guy. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. Like I see what he's like reinvented his physics in his own way, and he wears a f***ing like Assassin's Creed tunic and goes on Joe Rogan's podcast and acts like God.
Okay.
Bro, what?
It's weird.
That kind of
Wild.
is the end game, though, if you think about it, of like making your own YouTube compound. Like that's the natural end point. Like,
That guy will help us discover
You're
FTL
right.
travel, dude.
yeah,
Maybe okay. This guy could
he's
either
just
be a
ahead of the
nut job,
curve.
Caleb.
True.
Maybe he could. Yeah,
There is no
he's
curve.
pretty definite.
And see, now you're thinking. Now you've freed your mind, Nux.
No,
Step
there's like
one is complete.
Listen, okay, bro. As somebody that's seen the underground Dulce Air Force Base photos of aliens moving around from the center of the earth, I do believe there is a hollow society of people out there. But that's where we'll end it at before, Boeing sends its best at us. But ladies and gentlemen, check out Wendigoon's channel and his podcast. Check out Oompaville for the smartest man that he's about to cover. I kind
Terrence
of
Howard.
want to look, dude. I
Dude,
kind
I
of
love
look into
Terrence
this
Howard,
dude,
man.
man. I want to fall into this rabbit hole myself. You got me so ready for
He's
this guy.
suave, bro. There's a reason he didn't come back on Iron Man 2. It's because he was getting busy learning.
Dude, he was he was putting together patents.
He also has
and-
2 degrees. Just kidding.
No,
He says he does. He has a doctorate, or he has an honorary doctorate from South Carolina
An
University.
honorary
Wait.
doctorate?
what's the honorary doctorate in though?
It's like, I don't know. Let's see. Let me look it up. Terrence Howard degrees. I think he's like halfway through a mechanical chemical engineering degree.
Oh, so he's up there with XQC.
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, God.
Genius.
These geniuses.
I don't know if I'm gonna find it.
Well, until you find it, check out Nux Talk. Check out me. Hopefully, you all enjoyed today's podcast episode. We every time we have Isaiah on, it's always covering insane shit.
It's always a
end up
banger.
with something.
Always a
wild.
banger.
We always end up with something that's probably gonna get us strikes down
Yeah,
the road. Who knows?
You're welcome. It's a gift.
Those are the best episodes.
Oh,
when you
dude.
gotta fight. Those are the best when you gotta fight with your partner manager about it staying up. Anyways, though, ladies and gentlemen, this is all of us, and we are out.